Hello everyone, this is Ether Dragon, and welcome back to another episode of Fire Emblem Heroes. Here we are at the end of another season of Summer Duels Us, and of course, we didn't really do anything. Seems about right. Nothing too different this time around. Literally just kept the same units for the most part. I decided to try out Brave Lysithea. A lot of people did ban that team, so I guess they were just spooked about Brave Lysithea. And maybe Ride the Llamas dealt damage. I got that right. Probably more the AoE if anything. But I'm not entirely sure why folks ban that team, to be honest, because you can just snipe it down with ranged Kanto and there's no punish. So not entirely sure there, but let's get to our records. Once again this season, we pretty much just did whatever the heck we felt like. Minimal damage calcs and incredibly little planning. So we're up against a pretty interesting team here. I think the main thing I overlooked this season was I read the description wrong for tandem form. I thought the teleportation was the same as Ash's opening retainer, but no, it's just like harmonized Katria shenanigans. So I was making plays that I thought were possible, and well, they weren't because that's not the thing. We probably would have gotten absolutely obliterated if we were up against this kind of matchup though. So once again, we're kind of just doing nothing here. I decided to go for the exchange because there's nothing better for us to do. If we do anything else, nothing great happens. And so our opponent here, I don't know why the animations are super fast. I think I might have animations off. Let's fix that. Not really much to see from that first match though. The main thing was Legendary Vilma actually having enough power to pick up a kill on Mio when it counted. So that's all that matters for us. I also completely forgot about Sather's C skill in one of these matches. Not that it actually matters in that match, but in maps like these, that's where she can be powerful. But the thing is, the distance between her and the foe is so far away generally that it's probably not going to proc in the first place. Of course, here our main issue is purely just this Tiki here. If we can get a situation where we have Legendary Nana and Ascended Fjorm, we're pretty much set. The problem is keeping Legendary Nana around long enough for that to happen. And Legendary Nana needs some specific things to kill, so it's pretty oof. You can't, for example, take out Grima in that instant there. They said to use their duo skill, so hits the gravity on us, which is very important, otherwise we would have just gotten a free snipe down on Teki, I'm pretty sure. But now we gave our opponent capture points. I was not paying attention to capture zone half the time. I was just making reasonably logical plays. Here they just pick up a free kill on our legendary all nothing we can do about it. But in exchange, we pick up the kill on their Tiki. And they end up surrendering here because, yeah, we have achieved our win condition. All of their ranged units have no chance of taking out Ascended Fjorm, as far as I know. At least in one round, especially without AoE on Duo Thor, so we're pretty much winning. Rearmed Robin is not going to be going anywhere anytime soon. We can snipe down there. We can grab back our capture zone points and make a comeback at this point. This particular person had too many strong theoretical teams for us to ban, so this was pretty much an auto loss from the start, and spoiler alert, I'm pretty sure this is the matchup where I forgot about Sather's C skill, maybe not. Honestly not surprised it procced running Phantom Res as well. This was also before I discovered the best starting position or setup for our team here. I decided to pick up the captain point kill. The problem is we don't get our AoE recharged again. And so I think in hindsight that was probably not great for us there.
I'm excited.
And at this point,
Father, right
we
here.
basically cannot win unless they throw. Throwing would include a bunch of trades. We would really like trades where they pick up a kill on one of our melee hulks and whatnot, but they have lethality charged up, so of course they're going to take out Legendary Julia, and the match is already over. We can't really do much at this point. They have all their stuff ready, and they can retreat. And it's just GG at this point, nothing too mind-blowing here. There really isn't much we could have done, to be honest, in terms of matchup, because they can just camp. That's the problem. They can camp and we can't. So for example, if Yuri's camping here, we have 0 units that can threaten him, unless we already had Legendary Lilna there, which of course is never going to happen in a reasonable matchup. So we just casually can't have any units on these 3 tiles, and that means they just get capture zone points and they win by stalling. Not too mind-blowing why this is not a great matchup. I guess also that wasn't the match where Sather came into play, but not really. I think we'll figure it out pretty soon. It might have happened, I don't know. This team is theoretically okay for us. We have a reasonable chance of winning if we don't throw. The main problem is, of course, Harmonized Sonia's Blazing Light. We have to play against that pretty well. And of course, we have to deal with Brave Edelgard, otherwise bad things will happen. So I decided to do a really sloppy turn 1. This is probably one of the worst turn 1s we could employ because they can pretty much do nothing. Since they will get, if we pick up the kill on Brave Edelgard, which we can, that's not difficult here. They just pick up the kill with Duo Crom. Now they're up on points, and we have no offensive presence, pretty much. Since they have Sonia and Duo Crom, Harmonized Sonia and Duo Crom ready to go. Legendary Elm with +1 movement is not going to be giving us enough of an offensive presence to make a comeback at that point.
Enchant you.
So I decided to decline the exchange, which honestly, we probably should have just gone for it in case our opponent threw, but yeah, that was going to be happening here. I also threw here as well, because I didn't hit end turn. I meant to hit end turn, and then I hit end turn with Legendary Nana instead, so we didn't get the first action. Which is super awkward, because now Legendary Nana doesn't have Landsword proc, so she can't take out Brave Edelgard now. Which is kind of a problem, and at this point it's GG, because we have no way of making a comeback with this many actions down. Not really much we can do here. We got a little bit of healing from Raisin, but it doesn't really matter. I just decide to
It's going to be an
use
incredible
the
night.
rally to call it a day, but she can't survive dual peony. I didn't damage Kelpsat at all, so seems about right. And at this point, of course, they're not going to really give us a kill at this point, so that is a rip for us. There's also a pretty interesting matchup here. I'm kind of surprised they chose this team. They had, I think, a theoretically better team against our team. I can't remember exactly. It was like some raid boss unit, basically. I was pretty sure the raid boss unit would do better here. I guess they were essentially going for the fact that Brave Hector is just going to wall everything. And that is true, even though he doesn't immediately proc Aegis. Legendary Julia not one-shot the guy effectively, because Party Fighter Aegis is basically going to reduce the base damage down to 0, so here we're just biding our time, essentially, doing a bit of shuffling. That's super unsafe here. I decide to go for the kill here, and I go for my counterplay here. They block with Brave Hector, which is, in my opinion, correct because they need to preserve an actual nuke. Legendary Julia beats Legendary Marth every time here, pretty much. So I decided to block Ophelia here, but in hindsight, yeah, we made a mistake here. The correct play was definitely... Actually, was it the correct... I don't know. I think the correct play would have been to leave Harmonized Roy here, because I completely forgot that Ophelia has this option to teleport, pick up the free kill on Legendary Lilna. So that was a huge misplay on my end. We're able to pick up the kill on Ash barely, totally not rigged. That was not calced at all. And here at this point, I stall using the Harmonized skill, which is a huge mistake as well. I was under the impression that I would get the advantage if I were to get if I were to not go first at the start of turn, but it should be a no-brainer. I don't know why I thought that I need to be going first at the start of each turn, so I can apply pressure and make a comeback here. Now here I do make a pretty huge inaccuracy. I didn't do any daily damage calcs here. Pretty sure if I place Legendary Julia here, she is surviving Ophelia because of Attack Res Menace. But I could also be wrong about that. So now at this point, it's GG because here I do it because I'm like, I have no other options. I didn't even damage calc here. But the fact I didn't kill means 100% they couldn't kill there. And so I probably, if I did my daily damage calc, we probably would have won this matchup. Also, if I didn't throw and use the Harmonized skill. So bad. This is a match we definitely could have won, but nothing we can do at this point. They win by 1 point because Captain kill points. I think this is the matchup where Save-Through comes into play. Pretty sure, could be wrong, but there's not that many matches left anyways. It should be pretty clear given where I landed at the end of the season here. So we just kind of do some shuffling, do some follow threats, because the problem is, of course, we can't one-run KO Brave Vector, and any reasonable player is not going to allow us to approach them at melee range. They're frontliners at melee range, so here we're just inviting them to exchange. Of course, they don't take the bait, which would be actively bad for them. It would be much better for us. Here, unfortunately, our units are not set up in a way to take advantage of the shenanigans here. This huge space advantage we've created. There's literally nothing we can do here. So, yeah, kind of awkward there. Here, we're able to get free chip damage on Brave Vector. But here, I didn't do any daily damage calcs again. And it turns out Legendary Julia actually cannot one-shot Brave Vector at this point. Ripperonis. I decided to go for this dance, to be honest. I don't know what the right play is here because, of course, naturally, they're posing the threat of... Earlier, they were posing the threat of getting the kill on Legendary Villanelle Dragon. I decided to pick up the kill here with Ash. Also a mistake. She's not going anywhere anytime soon. Because these guys have... Well, I guess actually she could have been going away because of her... Okay, no. I kind of had to make that play. Would I have attacked from the same spot? Probably. I didn't want Legendary getting to attack from a different spot. And at this point, we're able to pick up the kill on Brave Vector. Again, no daily damage calcs here, and we just overwhelm our opponent here. They have no way to win at this point, unless we surrender. That's pretty much it. And that's GG. I'm guessing at this point, the match where the Sacer thing came into play happened and it was so insignificant because we were getting steamrolled so hard that it did not matter. I don't know. Welcome to our usual brain dead shenanigans. So here the main thing in this matchup is we need to have the exchange with Legendary Lilna and Ascended Bjorn be ideal. Altina is only a threat if she gets an advantage range, and there's literally no way for her to get into advantage range. Unless we play her phase with, I don't know, Ascended Bjorn, which we wouldn't do. So, other than that, of course, Ascended Bjorn's able to wall everyone else. And then, of course, Legendary Sigurd, we can offer an exchange. So, that is that. Here I make a mistake in our general setup. But what I was intending to do is to have Ascended Bjorn here. That's at the end of turn 1, but I discovered there's not a great way to do that, so we're going to do this instead. Offer the exchange. They don't go for it on turn 1, but they do go for it on turn 2. Now here they do smartly use their Canto. I didn't do my daily damage calcs again, and Legendary Alm cannot kill Legendary Sigurd because attack speed Soul 4 isn't an active one. He's adjacent to Legendary Nana. I had to pick up the kill Legendary Nana, and at this point I have to worry about the 4 movement Legendary Lilna. The correct play here, I'm pretty sure, is to cancel back this way. I canceled there, so I absolutely threw the match basically at that point, because there's no good configuration for us to deal with Legendary Lilna and company at this point. So they go through the kill here, which of course is guaranteed. Because essentially I wasted all my actions, and I completely forgot to have this thing called a duo skill that's actually useful. And so they just can get Legendary Lilna out of the way. To be honest though, would not have mattered if they used it or not, because we would just be outnumbered on actions, pretty sure. And we can't exchange like that. Here, I'm not sure why they played so aggressively here. They just gave us a free kill here. And then they give us another kill from this exchange. But, of course, the problem is we can't win. Because, well, we're down 2 points. Best we can go for is a draw or our opponent throwing. So, our best shot, of course, is to be aggressive, but we have to wait. And they decide to charge forward here, and that is a recipe for an L, because it turns out that Legendary Lilna, because of attack speed menace, is unable to one-shot Legendary Nana. And so in this position, they can't get both of their units out of the way to at least end the match in a draw. So we can just pick up the kill on their Legendary or Duo Sigurd, and then pick up the kill there for the win. This is really a match where, because of our mistakes, they should have won, but they ended up making mistakes themselves that cost the match. And here we have the final replay. So I definitely missed a couple of notable matches. There was one match where one of our opponents surrendered when they had the option to draw, by, I believe, just running away and giving us the 2 capture zone points to tie the score. They decided to surrender, no idea why. Here, I'm genuinely surprised they picked this team. I'm pretty sure I threw this match. We'll have to see here. But I guess it's not a spoiler because I did say this is the last replay, so they had a different team with Duo Dagger and Brave Crom. I have zero idea why they didn't choose that team there. I guess they were actually spooked about our bait team, so they didn't pick that team. I would have picked their Duo Dagger team every time. I don't know why they picked this team. So we go for our aggressive setup now that we understand how to be aggressive turn 1. And of course, Legendary Julia cannot one-round KO Great Vector. And essentially we do a bunch of body blocking, so they have the option of picking up the kill on Harmonized Roy or Legendary Zero. Of course, the correct play is not completely clear-cut. I would say it's going for Harmonized Roy every time. Because if you go for Legendary Zero, Legendary or Harmonized Roy picks up the kill on Brave Hector most likely. I'm not entirely sure. I'm pretty sure he does. He's got Luna coming through with no checks to it. So I would pick up the kill on Brave Hector, Kanto out, and they don't have any way to dance their Ira, and Legendary Julia, I'm pretty sure can pick up the kill. Could be wrong at that point. I know for sure at some point she is able to pick the kill. I just don't remember when. So here we can, since they're using Noe to chase down our Legendary Luna, we get the opportunity to snipe down their Brave Hector. And that's exactly what we do. And we make sure that Legendary Julia is not able to be used by Ira. Ira attacks again, and we're able to only kill there. We did 54. So it was literally because they attacked there that we were able to kill. Didn't know at the time, no daily damage calcs. So this is our game to win at this point. They're winning by 1. We either win by capture zone points or most likely picking up the kill plus capture zone points. The thing is, of course, I'm not doing my daily damage calcs, so I don't know if Legendary Julia can actually beat Noe in a 1v1. Turns out here, Noe just cannot double Legendary Julia at all. Yeah, so it's just a matter of if we can wall, and I think the answer is no. Could be wrong on that. We can check real quick, but at best she'll have 66 attack. Yeah, 66 attack. So Virtuous Naga always procs for the extra stats, and will always be within 3 spaces of Ash. So we have 54 res, so 78 overall. 66. So 15% of 66 is what? I don't know. I'm drawing a blank here. 10 out of 10. It's around 10-ish. So is that barely missing the kill? I don't know. 66. That might be barely missing the kill. I don't know. It seems Noe, man. Even though we don't have a damage reduction, she still misses the kill. It might be either really exactly or something. I'm not going to deal with it because I'm brain dead here. So here is where I think placing Legendary Julia here is incorrect. I'm pretty sure placing her here is better. Wait, I don't remember. Did we have the last? We had the last action. So I think placing her here is better. As is though, we do force all of this, but they draw back here. And so I think my issue here last turn was, of course I didn't calculate last turn. So their game plan here is just purely to deny us the capture zone points, which they can do by being on one of these 2 tiles. Problem is, as it stands right now, there is no way for us to block this tile or pick up a kill on Legendary Zura. Even having Legendary Julia here wouldn't have saved us. I think we needed to just extend her out further. I don't know if we could have. I'm pretty sure we could have. I'm so brain dead that I'm actually just gonna go ahead and loop back just to see myself. So I didn't pause early enough, but our Legendary Julia was here, Ash was here, and our Ira is here. I was 100% considering the possibility of using Pivot on Ash to put Ash here to pick up the kill on Ira from here. Honestly, that probably would have been game winning. Maybe not. Again, it comes down to Noe versus Legendary Julia. So yeah. So here, the problem is, I'm pretty sure that we just did not move our units correctly here. But what could we have done better? I'm pretty sure putting Ash here is correct. they go here. So again, I didn't do my daily damage calls here, so let's do it one more time for the heck of it. So, and I need to know what 66 and 0.15 is, but I'm so brain dead that I can't figure it out. So 66.5 is the same as 33.2, like that. No, that's not how this works. 66.15. So 0.1 is 6.6, and then 5 is 3.5. I am so brain dead, I do not understand what I'm trying to do here. So 10% is 6.6, 5% is 3.3, so it's 9.9, so it's 9 damage. 9 and 66 against, that's 75 against, yeah, so she actually can't kill that. That's sad. That is sad. There's no guaranteed follow-up attack because we're running no follow-up seal, and we're even running mirror impact. So I placed Legendary Julia here. This is 100% the correct place to put her. I don't know why we put her there. Because with her here, of course they can't leave any of their units in range. So they'd probably they can't even make the drawback play there. So I think I just straight up threw the match there. 10 out of 10, but what can you do? Yeah, we just lost a match that we didn't need to lose, but doesn't matter. It was our final loss of the season anyways. It's always interesting to review though. But yeah, overall, pretty bad performance like usual. Still top 1k, because if you're at this tier, that's pretty much how it goes. Not really sad that we're missing out on a singular Divine Code Part 3. Pretty sure that's never going to matter. It matters more, for example, between tier 18 and tier 24, where we lose out on 16 potential ones, but that's wrong item. We lose out on 6, which actually could add up at the very end if it comes down to that. But yeah, overall, not too disappointed with how we did, considering we don't really try anymore. But that's going to be it for this episode. Thanks for watching. As always, this is ETH Dragon, and hope to see you all next time. Bye!